From Peoria, VideoMax Limited, in association with Braves TV, presents Midstate Magazine, with your hosts, Malia Jacobs and Christopher Frazier. Off the Wall with Aaron A.P. Pellman. City Beat with Mark Slawinski. Arts and Entertainment with Sal Tinajero. And our sports director, Slugger Joe McCoy. And now, from America's friendliest city on the banks of the Illinois River, your hosts, Malia Jacobs and Chris Frazier.
Hi, I'm Sal Tinajero.
And I'm Malia Jacobs.
And welcome to another episode of Midstate Magazine.
Yeah, we have a great lineup for you tonight, but first, Sal, I have to tell you, I heard a pretty bizarre thing just a little bit ago, and it was just kind of strange, I don't know.
Well, what'd you hear?
Well, my friend who's a doctor says that these two kids came into his office, and they had the most bizarre names.
Like, what kind of bizarre are you talking about?
Well, okay, their names were Lamangelo and Orangelo.
Lamangelo and Orangelo?
Right. You know, lemon jello and orange jello was how it was spelled.
Wait a minute, it was spelled like lemon jello and orange jello?
Yeah,
like
that's just what
jello,
I said.
like Jello?
Right, like, yeah, exactly. You got it now.
Okay.
Oh, boy. But wait, okay, so there's more, though.
Well, you know, before we go on, let's go back to, let's introduce our show, what we got lined up for today.
Okay.
That'll be a good thing. In Arts and Entertainment, we'll be taking a look at Amy Betcher, owner of Something Unique today.
And Mark Slawinski will be chatting with Beth Hendrickson in City Beat.
And Aaron Pellman's going to get hypnotized by Dr. Wade Davis. He's the author of Serpent in the Rainbow.
And Joe McCoy's got another great sports lineup for us.
Yeah, so, you know, why don't we just roll over to Arts Entertainment? Let's take a look at Arts Entertainment. Hello and welcome back to Arts and Entertainment here at Midstate Magazine. I'm here with Amy Betcher. She owns a business called Something Unique. She's the author of 4 books. It's sold all over the United States. So Amy, how long have you been doing this arts and crafts?
Well, I took lessons about 10 years ago and became addicted instantly and have been doing it full-time ever since.
And what was it that really got you started on it?
I think the fact that you can accomplish something so quickly and easily, and every time you look at it, it makes you smile and makes you happy.
Ah, I see. And from what I understand, you've written 4 books?
Yes.
And they're sold internationally, or how does that work?
Especially my Halloween book has done very well over in Japan, which surprised me since they don't even celebrate Halloween.
Right.
So.
Now, why do you think that they were so attracted to this Halloween book?
I think that it has a lot of bright colors and happy faces, and they have a lot of traditions like that.
Really? And do you get orders from them as well, or is it just the book?
Yes, we do get orders, and the books are sold internationally through the distributorship of the publishing company.
And are these books how-to books, or are they basically, here's what we're selling, if you'd like to purchase it, here's how you
They're
can get
instructional books on how to produce your own crafts. So they give you instructions on how to paint on fabric or wood or make jewelry.
And could anyone do this? I mean, is it?
Anybody, any age.
Well, this is what a little pumpkin. Who did this? Your niece did this?
My niece Katie did this. She's 8 years old. She drilled it, painted it, embossed it. Did everything herself, 8 years old.
So even I can do something like this.
Yeah, you can.
And so how many orders do you guys get a year, roughly?
In our wholesale accounts, we probably do thousands of angels and then thousands of snowmen and thousands of jewelry pieces.
Well, you have an angel with you right now.
Yes.
Now, how much work would go into that? There?
Each component is separate. So the angel, the head is separate, the hair, the stand, everything is fanned and folded individually and all glued together and put together individually.
And how many people do this? Just you
My
and...
sister and I do the majority of the work.
So we're talking thousands of orders a year, and you guys are doing this all by hand.
That's it. Everywhere we go, we have our craft bag with us, and we don't miss an opportunity to make a bow.
And do you have people in the community who just come over and ask you, can you make this for me, or do you do this basically out of your order book?
We do have several retail shops where we rent spaces and sell our retail items. We also have a wholesale manufacturing company, and we do conventions, and we have sales rep that go all over the United States.
I see. Well, that angel's really looking good to me. I think I'm going to have to purchase this thing when we're done. Thank you very much for coming out to Arts and Entertainment, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, and for Arts and Entertainment, this is Sal Tinajero. See you later. That was very, very interesting.
Yeah,
hey,
definitely.
you know, I was just thinking, does Orangelo and Lamangelo have like a sister named Sherigelo or Sherigelo?
What are you talking about?
Well, you know what I mean, like Sherry or Cherry Jello. You know, it's one of those things.
Okay, well, you're funny, Sal. We'll be back right after this.
It's kind of wacky.
It happens every day. It doesn't stop when you reach a certain age. We're all of us learning, even now. You see something in a person's face and see all they struggle to learn. It could be we are here solely to remind each other what must not be missed or ignored, but celebrated. When do we stop learning? Maybe never.
In Chinese medicine, that the body has to move.
Hello, I'm Jim Fowler. When you think of nature and wildlife television, you think of public television. You also think of Wild Kingdom.
And I'm Peter Gross. Over the years, Wild Kingdom's cameras have captured unforgettable moments in time that you can enjoy again now on this public television station. Each week, Jim and I will take you to a different part of the world and share some memorable stories.
Join us for Wild Kingdom each week right here on this public television station.
Okay, well, my friend who had seen Lamangelo and Orangelo can be kind of a joker sometimes.
Okay, so you don't know if it was really true?
Yeah, well, I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he was telling the truth, but I don't know. Someone else told me, though, that her daughter played in a soccer game against Lamangelo.
No way.
Yeah.
So Orangelo really exists then?
Well,
Lamangelo?
But, yeah, well, I don't know. They're real people. That's all I got to say.
Well, talking about real people, let's go out with Macho Mark Slewinski with City Beat. That's a good one. That's a good.
Hi, welcome to City Beat, and I'm Mark Slewinski. Today we're joined with Beth Henriksen, the admissions counselor and placement specialist for Job Corps. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, please tell us a little bit about Job Corps.
Job Corps is a federally funded program through the Department of Labor where young people ages 16 through 24 can go and live at one of our centers. They can take part in a vocational training program, education, and we also provide driver's license if they don't have that. The Department of Labor covers basic medical, dental, and eyewear as well as their board and room while they're at Job Corps. They get paid a base pay and a savings account that helps them when they get done with the program to come back into the community.
So how does someone get involved with Job Corps? Is there any specifications for these people or no?
Well, they have to be economically disadvantaged. We do have an income guideline that we follow. I have to determine that they're physically, mentally, and emotionally ready, willing, and able to go into a program and be as successful as we can possibly make them.
Mm-hmm. So what kind of people do you take, though? I mean, who applies for these positions?
The majority of our applicants are high school dropouts who haven't completed their basic education program, young people who haven't been able to hold down a job, a full-time job, or who are unable to get any job at all because they don't have any skill or training, that are not able to financially take care of themselves and be independent.
Okay, and when was this started here in Peoria?
We had our field office established in July of 1993. Job Corps has been around for 30 years. This area has always had access to going to Job Corps, but they haven't had a screening center here in the Peoria area until a little over a year ago.
Okay, and what's the success ratio been for this area here in Peoria?
It's been pretty good. I've had quite a number of applicants from the Peoria area go to Job Corps. Some weeks I've sent as many as 6 kids in. The majority, it's 2 or 3 kids on a Wednesday, but I've had an awful lot of calls. The first 2 days, 3 days that I had my office open, just from the newspaper ad, I had over 200 calls of inquiry.
Oh wow, that's quite amazing. What are the goals for some of the enrolled people that?
We hope that they will complete their basic education if they need that, their GED, as well as our vocational program. Most of our programs are entry level. It's just put there to help them get the skills to get a job, a basic job. We also have advanced career training programs where they can go on to college programs, union programs, and advance their education.
Is there any success stories?
I have one young gentleman who came into my office last fall, hair down the middle of his back, wearing sandals and jeans, torn jeans. He applied for Job Corps, was accepted. I called his mom. She was in tears, said that he had left about a month ago and was traveling around the United States and staying in national forests with friends of his, and she said he called once and he hung up on her because they got into an argument and she'd never find him. And this mother got on the phone and called all the ranger stations down south. They actually found her son. He arrived back in Peoria the day before he left for Job Corps. He went on to complete the urban forestry program at Golconda. He is currently now at Shink Job Corps Center in New Jersey in advanced training. He went out to Idaho to fight fires, spent 21 days out there through Job Corps. In the spring, in January, I expect him to start Alabama A&M for a 4-year degree.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. For the viewers at home, if there's some people that they feel that they fall under this category, how would one get involved?
They would call my office. I would do a pre-screening over the telephone. I would ask about some different issues, talk to them about their motivation as far as going into Job Corps. We'd determine whether or not they would be a good candidate, and then I would do the paperwork in my office. I get a bus ticket in my office, send them off on the bus to the center.
Okay. Well, we're out of time here. So thank you for joining us tonight, Beth. And we'll see you next week. This is Mark Slewinski for City Beat.
It's kind of interesting. So you said that this girl, Lemangelo, really
Right.
exists.
Right, right.
So what about Orangelo?
Well, nobody seems to know.
So we really don't know if that one exists, right?
Well, I don't know. Okay, you've got Lemangelo being sighted a few times in Peoria, and then you have Orangelo being sighted, maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But see,
I'm just completely confused. You know, let's take a break so I can calm this woman down, and maybe she could get her head straightened out. Oh. Don't you think?
Oh, I'm Roger Swain of the Victory Garden. If you like daffodils, and who doesn't, here's a growing tip. Plant a few bulbs next fall. Enjoy the flowers the following spring, but don't remove the foliage. That's what we do, and it means more and more flowers every year.
The Victory Garden, every week on public television.
Saturday afternoon at 4. Sunday afternoon at 4.
So, is your head straightened out now?
Yeah, actually, I think it is. I think I'm getting a little there. I'm getting there.
I don't know. You still look a little confused.
Well, I'm just starting to feel a little like Aaron Pellman right now, actually.
Yeah, well, hey, there's nothing wrong with being a little loopy. Let's get off the wall with AP.
That's right.
Hello, and this is AP's Off the Wall. Today with me is Dr. Wade Davis, author of Serpent and the Rainbow. Now, I know that you've gone to Haiti and looked at some of the voodoo culture there, and that's pretty much what I wanted to talk to you about today. I was wondering, in light of the popularity of commercial magicians in America, this is a strange question, I know, why do you think maybe voodoo isn't as popular in America? It's got a taboo side.
Well, the first thing to understand that voodoo is not a black magic cult. It's a complex metaphysical worldview. It's just a distillation of very profound religious ideas that came over from Africa during the slave trade and became sown in the soil of the New World. The idea that it's some kind of dark force, in fact, is completely erroneous. So when you ask that question, you know, it sort of begs the issue, and the issue really is that this is a legitimate religion, and if I asked you to name the great religions of the world, what would you say, Aaron? You know, Christianity, Judaism, Islam. There'd always be one continent left out of the calculus, and that's sub-Saharan Africa, and the tacit assumption being somehow that black people had no religion. Well, of course they did. So why it didn't come into America? Well, it did come into America, and in the American South it's generally known as hoodoo. And the difference between what goes on, for example, in Haiti and what goes on in the American South, or for that matter Jamaica, is a consequence of the various forces of acculturation that occurred in the different places. Haiti, of course, had a successful slave revolt, the only successful slave revolt in history, and for a century a blanket of isolation was around that country. So it was left alone, and so that those ideas of Africa, if you will, were fertilized in soil that was not disturbed, if you will. Whereas Jamaica was a colony until 1962, and of course the African-American experience in the American South in particular has been a totally different situation.
So the isolation they were able to have because of the revolt gave us, how do you think we got the pins and needles image of voodoo that we have?
That's a really good question. You know, where did we get this idea of zombies crawling out of the grave to attack people, children bred for the cauldron? Until the turn of the century, the only really reference to voodoo was its kind of curious role in the Haitian uprising in 1791, an uprising which was catalyzed, in fact, by voodoo ceremony. The idea of voodoo as something macabre and black and evil really came after the U.S. Marines went into Haiti in 1915 for the first time, and they stayed for 19 years, and during that time, everybody above the rank of sergeant got a book contract. And those books, which had names like Cannibal Cousins, Black Baghdad, Voodoo Fire in Haiti, The Magic Island, The White King of Lagonave, there were scads of these books, all of them full of voodoo pins and needles and dolls and so on, which don't incidentally even exist. And those books, in a sense, said to the American people that any country where such abominations occurs could only find its redemption through military occupation. And that's where the birth of the cliche. I mean, people always ask me, do you believe in voodoo? Well, I believe in Buddhism. I believe in Islam. Am I Islamic? No. Am I a Buddhist? No. But voodoo exists. It's a legitimate, not only a religious worldview of rural Haiti, it's a whole culture. And in the same breath that you'd speak of a Christian or Judeo-Christian tradition or culture, you'd speak of a voodoo culture. And within that world, you find completeness.
All right. You said that voodoo pins and needles and dolls don't exist. What, in light of Western civilization, would you say was the strangest thing that you have seen?
Well, I think in light of our civilization, if you will, and I'm always reminded when Mahatma Gandhi was asked by an American journalist what he thought of American civilization, and the Mahatma paused for a moment and he said, you know, I think that would be a good idea. The thing that's always surprised me about Haitian society is the ease with which people walk in and out of their spirit realm. Yes, I've seen sensational and remarkable things in the years I spent in the Amazon, or more recently in the forests of Borneo. But what's astonishing to the ethnographic observer in Haiti is the ease with which people walk into that spirit realm. The idea that this faith is a quintessentially democratic faith in which people actually not only have direct access to their religious ideas, they actually believe that they become the God. They say that white people go to church and speak about God, we dance in the temple and become God.
Wow. Is there anything more that you want to say about voodoo or Haiti, or just a closing statement?
Well, I think it behooves us, given the fact that we've undertaken a $1 billion military adventure in Haiti, it certainly behooves us to understand something about the history and the culture of that country. And all last week during the events leading up to the invasion, I was on CNN as a sort of expert commentator, and it was astonishing to find that the most sophisticated question I was asked by the interviewers, initially at least, was, will these spells work? And that that showed some level of our understanding of what is in fact a very complex political and economic situation.
Well, thank you very much. That's all the time we have today.
Okay, Aaron.
I look forward to your lecture later.
Great. Bye-bye.
That's it for AP's Off the Wall.
So, tell me something. Is there more to this Orangelo Limangelo story here?
Well, yeah, the saga continues.
Why is that? What else happened?
Okay, well, Limangelo's existence is pretty much confirmed.
Okay.
Until
oh no.
Well, it was until this morning when I got a call. I don't know.
Malia, you're running me low here. I just can't take this anymore.
Well, you know, you're going to have to bear with me if you want to hear the rest of the story, Sal.
Yeah, well, I really want to know, but we've got to take a short little break right now. I think we're going to have to get off the air, and you're going to have to tell me more a little bit after this. So we're going to go ahead and take a short little break for you.
Public television relies on our most valued critics, our viewers.
PBS has outdone themselves.
A very sensitive show.
It would help our country if everyone could see it.
I loved it and wept.
The best show on television.
I hope it stays on forever. I'll Fly Away is the best dramatic hour on television.
Sunday night at 8.
Before you tell me the rest of the story of Limangelo and Orangelo, why don't we take a look at sports?
Well, you know, hey, maybe Joe's heard of Limangelo. She played soccer, right?
She supposedly played soccer.
Well, right. Okay.
Well, anyways, here's Joe with sports.
If I were to mention to you the words vault, bars, beam, and rings, you'd probably think I was talking about some kind of construction. Well, you would be right. There is some kind of construction going on here at the John Williams Training Center. The construction is not houses or buildings, but in athletes. Athletes that are trying to become the best and trying to hone their skills to become, someday, possibly gold.
Meet Kai, head trainer at John Williams Training Center, as well as a competitive gymnast.
Basically, we just promote a lot of fun, healthy activities, you know, keeping kids in shape, keeping in shape in general. We feel that's what our goal is here.
And by the way, he and his staff had the kids running and jumping and spinning around. You could tell they were working hard at getting in shape and at the same time having fun. The parents seemed to enjoy this club as well.
I only had my daughter in gymnastics up here since beginning October. She's gone to Pekin, and I just didn't see any progression. So a friend of mine has her daughter up here, and they really like it. So I put Chrissy up here. She's in the Olympians, so she just really likes it. So, and I'm pleased with it so far.
And what's not to be pleased with? The kids are having a ball under the supervision of world-class athletes.
Our staff pretty much is a good quality staff. We get them throughout the United States. We have coaches from Virginia, some from Atlanta, different coaches throughout the place, just to add different incentives to make our gym a little different than other people's gyms.
As for Kai, keeping in shape is absolutely no problem.
Myself, I usually in the gym about anywhere from 40 to 50 hours a week. Between going to meets with the kids and doing clinics and training myself and competing, keeps me busy and keeps one of my other coaches busy too. He trains with me and we do things like that.
Unfortunately for us, Kai wasn't able to display his gymnastic prowess. So I decided to limber up and give it a shot. Take note of the great flexibility I possess, a key to any good gymnast. I unfortunately learned there's nothing more humbling than an 8-year-old girl laughing at you in pain. After a while, the kids even started teasing me. But regardless of that, I managed to get in a good workout anyway. Check out the dexterity of this cartwheel. Watch how I attack the parallel bars. Or did they attack me? This is fun. And note the beauty and skill I possess on the horse. Seriously though, no one can really understand the difficulty or amount of skill required to do even the simplest of flips until you've tried one day of gymnastic training. Chances are that I will never be as good as these young girls. But today, the John Williams Training Center helped me accomplish a goal. It allowed me to have fun, as well as to feel like a champion. For Midstate Magazine, this is Joe McCoy.
Oh, boy.
Oh, that was wonderful, Joe.
Great
I'm
job.
so proud of you. Right here, baby. Hey, you look like a little ladies' man. Didn't he look like all the little girls chasing him around? Wasn't that kind of interesting?
I don't know, yeah.
Riding that horse. I didn't know you had it in you, but hey, you did a good job there, don't you think?
That was great. I mean, hey, you know, I was never able to do that when I was a little kid. I don't know what.
Brought a tear to my eye, my brother. Seeing you up on those 3 steps. Did you get a medal, or did he get a medal? Do you know?
I don't know. Well, hey.
They could have at least given him a courtesy medal. I mean, who knows?
I don't know, yeah.
But anyway, so where do you come in this whole story with Lamangelo and Orangelo?
Okay, well, as I was saying before, you know, they had been cited in Peoria a couple times, right? You know,
right.
By a few different people. But this morning, I get a call from my sister in Dallas, Texas.
In Dallas? What's your sister doing in Dallas?
So I think that's a whole nother story we just don't have time for.
Yeah, we don't want to get into that.
Yeah, I don't know.
So what happened?
Okay, so anyway, my sister's listening to the radio in Dallas, and it's a morning show, and the guys are talking about Lamangelo and Orangelo.
A radio show in Texas?
Right, a radio show in Texas.
In Texas, these people know about these?
Right, so they're talking about Lamangelo, Orangelo, and people in Dallas are claiming that they've met the infamous Jello kids.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So it's like almost proven that these people actually exist then?
Well, I don't know. I mean, in Peoria and in Dallas, it's too bizarre, so I don't know. But the radio station was offering $500 to anyone who could, you know, prove the existence, fax some sort of ID or something of the Jello kids. So.
Well, you know, I need some more new shoes, so maybe we should split that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
so,
anyways, we're gonna go find Orangelo and Lamangelo, and we'll be seeing you. Or thank you for tuning in to another episode of Midstate Magazine, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.